Forgive my attire, I'm not working today. So this weekend in New York, Heather, Rachel and I met up with an ACS CCP cheesemonger called Izzy Ocampo. Love her to bits. She's fabulous. She took us on a guided tour around New York. So we stopped at Murray's in Grand Central Station and we stopped at Saxelby's. And I've had several questions since. What cheeses did you buy? So some of them didn't make it across the border because they were soft cheeses, so we bought them and we ate them there, and you'll see those in later videos. There is a chat with cheese with Heather, Rachel and myself in which we talk a lot about adminning Learn to Make Cheese and how we do that and how the logistics of it work. So that's really interesting. Included in that video actually is one of these, which is an aged goat Gouda, because Rachel and I both work with raw goat's milk on a regular basis. Finding any kind of raw goat's milk cheeses, especially in Canada, really, really difficult. So I may have bought some cheese when I was in New York. So join me and I'll show you. Okay, we'll take Saxelby's first. Saxelby's, if you've never heard of Saxelby's, Anne Saxelby was a legend in the cheese world. She was all about cheese education. She ran a very, very successful cheese shop. And just, there's an Anne Saxelby Legacy Fund. They sponsor scholarships for new farmers to go and learn at the elbow in creameries and farms and, you know, really bring that farming mindset back. Okay, so at Saxelby's, they have this little basket of ends. So you get to try a bunch of different cheeses without having to buy 30 bucks worth. So this was $3.80 American, so about $5 Canadian. It is 0.19 of a pound. So if it matters to you what that is in metric, you'll have to work it out because I'm not going to. Anyway, this is a Highlander from Calkin's Creamery. So we'll open this later. I will show you all of these when I open them. What else? I was drawn to the Highlander because obviously I'm a McLeod. So Springbrook Tarentaise from Springbrook Farm. It says raw cow -UT. Does this mean Utah? Again, $5 American, about $6 Canadian. So that will be nice. We have got Saint Germain from Blakesville Creamery in Wisconsin, $4 American. This is 0.13 of a pound. So, I mean, there's a substantial amount of cheese here, hand for scale, you know. I could comfortably eat this entire piece of cheese and not be sick. Wouldn't necessarily want to share it. Finger Lakes, Gold, Lively, Run, Dairy. Feel like I might have to Google that. Again, $4 US, 0.13 of a pound. And this video will make a lot more sense when I actually open all of these, put them on the cheese board. So we have got Cabot cloth bound cheddar cellars at Jasper Hill. Pasteurized cow, UT. Oh no, VT. VT, you silly woman, Vermont. I know that Jasper Hill's in Vermont. Anyway, so this is a Cabot cloth bound cheddar cellar at Jasper Hill. Jasper Hill's in Vermont. This is $5 American, just under 0.20 of a pound. Their cloth bound is amazing. It's a really, really good cheese. So did I necessarily want to buy a pound of the stuff? Well, yes, I did. But you are limited on how much cheese you can actually cross the border with. I checked. So gone with a nubbin. And this is Marieke Bacon Gouda from Holland's Family. This is $2.88, 0.12 of a pound. This is a sliver. There's a reason this is a sliver. Personally, don't believe in putting bacon into a cheese. I have spoken on this in the past many times. Having it done well, I have an open mind. I will try. I know they can't sell it if it's not safe, so I'll give it a go. Okay? I will try. Open your mind. That kind of thing. Anyway, so that was what I bought as Saxelby's that we haven't already eaten because I bought some soft cheeses there as well, and we've had a cheese board every single night. You know, you get 3 cheese people together. What are we going to snack on? Anyway, at Murray's, I got Cypress Grove Humboldt Fog. So excited to try this one. I never tried this. So excited. So this will definitely have a video. This is 0.41 of a pound, and it costs $15 US. Not insubstantial. I could not eat this whole lump of cheese without feeling overfull and quite a bit sick. So, yeah. Cloth bound cheddar from Cabot Creamery. See, I did buy a big wedge of it. I just bought it from Murray's, not from Saxelby's. And this is 1/3 of a pound, and it was $8.60 American, so about $9.25 Canadian. Cato Corner Farm Derriere. I met one of the makers from Cato Corner. I met Lily Orr at the weekend. She was at the Milkmaids. So, and she bought a bunch of cheeses from Cato Corner. They were one of the sponsors of Milkmaids, along with myself and Jasper Hill. And the cheese was exceptional. So, yeah, I had to bring home some Cato Corner Farm. This is Derriere, which I'm going to show you how they spell that. Derriere. Isn't that clever? Isn't that clever? I love a pun. Okay. So this is the aged goat Gouda I was talking about. They've got a blurb on this at Murray's. In Holland, a country inundated with Gouda, or Gouda. This is probably the most unusual export. Younger pasteurized goat Gouda, only aged for several months. Several isn't actually a number. Has a subtle snow-like paste that tastes mild, vaguely sweet with no typical goaty flavour. This aged virgin is held for at least 1 year before release, resulting in a rough and stony wheel with a deep toffee-coloured interior smattered with white patches of crystalline minerals. Oh, this one's got tyrosine in. Rachel had some. This one's nice. The milky sweetness of the younger version intensifies into caramelised, burnt sugary texture with a similar crunchy texture to boot. This unapologetic butterscotch is well suited to a giant, juicy gin. Well, who am I to ignore the advice of professionals? You know, if they think I should have a gin with this. This is 0.4 of a pound. And it was $10.25 in American. This one you might recognise from my video that I did, Trust Your Munger with Will at Birch and Boar. This is the world's most dangerous cheese. Mimolette. It's called the world's most dangerous cheese because it's a round boule. And trying to cut this, you can see how dry this is. Trying to cut through a giant, solid lump of cheese. This is the one that injures mongers more than any other cheese, I'm led to believe. It tastes like candy. It's sweet. It's nutty. It's chewy. And ever since Rachel told me to try it, and then explained that the rind is inundated with cheese mites when it's made, I was a little horrified. But, you know, Rachel's never wrong. So I tried this. Anytime I see Mimolette, I buy Mimolette. Yeah. 0.39 of a pound, and it's $13.65 American. So this Mimolette. To get it into Canada, it has to be wrapped in wax, so all the mites are dead. I don't know what the rules are in the States. I don't know if they've waxed this and then unwaxed it for sale. I'm going to do some research on that before we get to eating this. I will know. Also at Murray's, Roncal. So this is DOC, an ancient raw sheep milk cheese from Navarra in the Basque territory near the border of France. Pressed aged paste develops a fuller, more grainy flavour than Manchego, to which it is often mistakenly likened. Do you liken something to Manchego? That's like likening something to a Ferrari that isn't a Ferrari. Oh, well, it's a Porsche. It's like a Ferrari. Well, it has wheels, but yeah. Okay. 0.32 of a pound, $8 even. So this is snackable money. You know, $8 American, $10 Canadian. This is snackable money. And again, I would struggle to eat this entire block of cheese. It is quite large. Okay, we've got Shropshire Blue. If you remember one of my boards, I've done a video on this. The Shropshire Blue recipe is troublesome. It is problematic. I am working on that. This one is 0.3 of a pound, and it was $8.68. Again, actually, because this is Shropshire Blue and I really love it, I could eat this entire thing. I probably shouldn't. Parmigiano Reggiano, Murray's Select. Oh, this is the one that Josh was talking about. We went to the Murray's Caves. We met with Josh Windsor. This is the 2-year-old Parmigiano Reggiano 2-year-old reserve. They just opened this, and look at this paste. Look at the rind. It's like a fingernail deep, and the crystals. Gonna treasure this one. Gonna really treasure this one. This is like half a pound, and it was $9.60. That's grocery store cheese prices. That's not this impressive. This is special. This is a special cheese. I will treasure this cheese. I will enjoy this cheese. And yes, I'm going to eat the rind. And the last one. This is a personal mission of mine. This was on my wish list. Go to New York. I need to see the Statue of Liberty. I need to see Grand Central Station. I need to see Central Park. And I need to find a Tête de Moine, because I've got some Girolles coming. I'll have them in stock very soon. That's the wooden board with the little metal teeth. You stick the whole cheese onto the spike. You put the little key in the top and you turn it, and it shaves all the way around the top, and it gives you like this carnation flower of cheese. This, it will take forever to get all the way down this cheese. This is a special one. This was, oh, apparently it won at the Swiss Cheese Awards, AOP. So this was $65, a considered purchase for a cheese. How big? 2 pounds. 2 pounds of cheese, $65. So 32 bucks a pound. That is a lot. When you serve this, you serve it shaved, like you would Parmigiano Reggiano, but it's moist enough that it will actually, like pencil sharpenings, it will fold up on itself. And it will look stunning. So every time I crack this out, and it will last me for months, every time I crack this out, it's going to be the star of whichever plate or platter I put it on. So also bearing in mind, this is deductible because it's business. It's research. This was a considered purchase. I get that. The board that it comes on, you have to have a special tool to eat this properly. I get that. This is not everybody's cheese, but this is an aspirational cheese I've wanted to try for a very long time. You can see the monk there. He's using a Girolles. So that's the tool that we use to shave this. So as soon as those get here, I now have the cheese in my cave that I need to use. So when I get around to this, I will let you know. And that is what I got at Murray's and Saxelby's in New York City. Well, actually, this basket isn't from New York. This basket is from Cheese Boutique, because I flew into Toronto Pearson, and then I found out that my 2-hour layaway was now like a 3.5 hour. I'm not going to sit in Toronto Pearson Airport for 3.5 hours when Cheese Boutique is 20 minutes away. So I jumped in an Uber and I took myself to Cheese Boutique, and this is what I bought. It's not sponsored, by the way. I got a wedge of Comté, because I do love a Comté. I'm a big fan of the Alpine style cheeses. I got a slightly squashed Brie de Meaux, an actual Brie de Meaux. This is a real Brie de Meaux. This isn't a stabilized paste. This is going to be like, it's squodgy already, so this is going to be gone by the end of the week. What else? Gun Hill Five Brothers. I actually tried this in store. They shaved off a piece for me. Really good. Prima Donna, one of my favorites. Look at the rind on this. Isn't that gorgeous? Just for reference, this is $15.21 for this slice, which is 250 grams. Worth every penny. Midnight Moon, never had this before. This is Cypress Grove and a small dairy in Holland. Gouda, goat style, sweet nutty, pasteurized goat milk, aged minimum age of 9 months. So this is a $30 chunk of cheese. Mozza pearls, little tiny mozza pearls. I can make mozzarella. I can make mozza pearls. I can't be bothered. Cateaux Arpents, 14 acres. I tried this from Les Amis de Fromage in Vancouver last year. I took this to Mike when we did Chat with Cheese with Cheese Pusher Man. This is impressive. It's creamy, aromatic, washed rind, cow's milk cheese made by Fromagerie Medard in... No, not even going to try that. It's in Quebec. Pecorino with dried tomatoes. I'm trying to expand my pecorino knowledge because Not a massive fan. Now, this probably means I haven't had a good one. So, yeah, pecorino with dried tomatoes. I'm going to have a look at this because tomatoes in a cheese is problematic. I know it's problematic. I know people have tried it and it doesn't work. You have issues. So I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to reverse engineer this and work out how it does. A fresh mozza. You can't buy a ball of fresh mozza in the town that I live in. I describe it as an 8 cheese town. There's literally 8 cheeses you can buy on a regular in my town. 12 at Christmas. I happen to be in Toronto at the cheese boutique. I'm going to buy a fresh mozza just because I can't be bothered to make it. Okay. Trickle of Gouda. Again, you can buy this in my town. This is one of our 8 cheeses. But my local cheesemonger, naming no names, has changed hands, and there is no longer a cheesemonger behind the counter. It is a deli person behind the counter who is serving slices of, can't buy a wedge of cheese in that location anymore. They will cut you a lump, but you can't buy a wedge, which is attractive. And, you know, I do have Instagram. So it has to look right as well as taste right. Ossau Irati, this is one of my favourites. Aged cheese from the Basque region of France, made with raw milk of mountain ewes. This sheep cheese received its AOC from the fact that the ewes are grazing on summer pastures between May 10 and September 15. So this is a $35, 300 gram lump of cheese. Again, worth every penny. So yes, I'm a really big fan of this one. It's worth the money. And I'm not getting sheep just to make the stuff. Santagur. They haven't had Santagur in my town for the last, 3 months. They only get it at Christmas. This is my favourite blue cheese. I have a Mike Geno print of Santagur on the wall in my office. This is my favourite blue cheese. And le pièce de résistance. Epoisse. I had never before yesterday tried an epoisse. Look at this. It's upside down. Now look at this. You can smell it through the plastic. It's a little leaky. Down here, we've got a little bit leaky. This is reaching critical mass. The guy in the store told me, try this, eat this soon. It's ready now. Pretty soon it will be over ready. So again, this is going to be gone very, very quickly. I did try some of this. He said to me, it's now ripe, towards overripe. Don't keep this in your cave. Keep this in your fridge. So I'm going to keep this in my fridge till I need it. And then he said, get it to room temperature before you eat it. But be prepared to eat all of it. Don't think that's going to be an issue. So that was my cheese purchases from Cheese Boutique this weekend in Toronto. I'm Tracy Johnson.